the dilemma, the problem, and the wonderful solution, I think, for us as Jews or members of any other faith community, any other ethnic identity, any other race, is to somehow be loyal to our group identities while yet learning to listen and care for and live at peace with the other. We've been accustomed in history to hear there are two options. There's cosmopolitan indifference to human diversity, or there is fighting and hatred and bigotry and ruling and power over the other. Those are not the only two options. There's a third option, which is to cherish our identity and to cherish and respect the identity of another and to respect their history as well. There's a psycho-spiritual dimension here. And that is that when you really listen to someone else, with a heart of mercy, you can hear in a way that obligates you to respect and care for the beauty of other traditions and other identities. That we can hear, and again I usually in Northern Ireland, we can hear what it means to be a Unionist Protestant, and we can hear what it means to be a Catholic Republican, and we can understand and sympathize with the traditions of each of these communities. And we can express empathy and sympathy for them. Now that's easy for us because we're Jewish, what do we care, right? But in terms of Palestine, I think that's where it really gets important for us, because what we have to do is so listen and so understand the Palestinian, and so listen and so understand Hamas and all these other traditions and peoples to the point where we really hear what's going on there. What's hurting? What do they want? What is their faith? And my experience has been, because I've traveled a lot in circles that people think are anti-Semitic, you know, and the anti-Vatican II traditionalists and the Africana Protestants. I've traveled a lot in these circles. And I can assure you that 99.9% of the people you will encounter, if you really listen and you hear where they're coming from, and you give room in your heart for what disturbs and agitates them, they're willing to sit down and talk, and they're willing to return that respect and that empathy to you. But I think God did make us different peoples with very, very different cultures and ways of apprehending reality, and that to me is an indication, not an absolute proof. You know, you can't take it to the bank, but it's an indication that's sort of the way He wanted it to be. So I think that's the key to group understanding. Now, to tie it all together, that is what the Ribono Shel Olam calls upon us to do, to respect and to love and to care for every aspect of creation, every human being that crosses our path, both as individuals and as members of groups. And really, at the end of the day, that's what we're really here for. As the Ramak says, Hidavuk b'midosav, to spread this notion, to spread this compassion to all humanity, to all peoples, to the entire creation. If we do this, we partake a little bit in God Himself and His purpose for all creation. And I thank you all for listening to me.